In this video, we are going to start with data validation. So, what is data validation in Excel? Data validation is a feature that sets the rules for what data can be entered into a cell. For instance, you can use data validation to make sure that only words and nothing else can be entered into a specific column, row, or range of cells. This can be useful when it comes to ensuring that the workbook you share maintain a certain law or rules. The spreadsheet that we will be using in this tutorial will be this game inventory spreadsheet. So you can just select that from the navigation pane by just clicking on this game inventory. The first thing we need to do is just select the area where we are going to apply some data validation rules. So what I would like to do is start with this column here. However, there is going to be a problem with this because I have this cell here, which is a merged cell. So if I apply rules to this selection here, and then later on I'll apply some rules here in this column. But as you can see, the rules are being applied to this cell here as well, because basically it's in the way. If you do it that way, you might end up with an error message that looks something like this. So it says that this selection contains more than one type of validation. Erase current settings and continue. So you may run into that problem. What I would recommend you is you either work with something like this so you don't have that large merged cell. And I don't think you will run into any problems if you do it this way. But what I will be doing for this tutorial is just select the data like this. In the real world, you might expect this table to grow in size. So if you wanted to, you can quite possibly just drag it down the column wherever you want to. So I'll just drag it to 300 columns. And now the same rule will apply to all these 300 columns. But for this tutorial, we will be selecting these much of columns till column 24. So now we are ready to apply some data validation rules. With the data selected, I'll come to the data tab. Here you can see data validation. Click on data validation and this tab will open up. So what rule do I want to apply to this data here? So I only want to allow whole numbers, so I'll select it from here. And I want whole numbers between, which is already selected. Of course, there are some other options which you can choose, but for now I just want between. A minimum of 10 and a maximum of 50. Now I can move on to the input message. I'll just type in attention, and in the input message I already have something copied to my clipboard, so I'm just going to paste that here. You don't need to copy what I have written, you can just create your own input message. Next I will come to error alert, and I will just make sure that this is set to stop, which is already here by default. Now in title I'll type the same attention, and I want exactly the same message here. And at this point I can just click OK and see what happens. So I'll just click OK. As you can see, when I select any of these cells in the range of data here that has the rule applied, I am presented with a message that I actually crafted. Now if I were to try and change one of these figures here to, let's say, 55, and I'll press enter, it presents me with this. So first of all, I have my message that I actually crafted a moment ago, and all I can do is just click on cancel, or I can just retry, or maybe help. But for now I'll just click on cancel, and as you can see, the figure goes back to what it was before. Let's select the data once again, come back to data validation. Under error alert, I'll set the style to warning. Then we'll click OK to this. And this time if I'll try to change this to 55, which we already know is invalid as it goes against the rules, it comes back and it just tells me, well, the message that I crafted myself, but I could actually click on yes. So I could still input this number within this range of cells. But I just want to click cancel to this. And then finally we'll select the data once again. Data validation. And this time we will change the error alert style to an information. And we'll click OK to that. So I'll try and change this to a 55 again. And this is the message that's given back to me. So it's not a stop or a warning, it's just some information. But once again, I'll just click cancel. So now to get rid of these rules that we have applied in this column, we'll just select the area for which we have applied the rules, come back to data validation and then clear all. And we'll need to hit OK. And now all of those rules have been deleted. Let's try this with 2 more columns, and then we are going to move on to a small exercise. So next we will work with the date released column here. So I'll just select the data, go to data validation tab. Within the settings area, I'm gonna set this to date, and I'm just gonna leave it on between once again. And I'll set the start date to 1st January 2016, and the end date will be 1st January 2029. And I'm not going to insert any input message or anything like that. I just leave it as it is at the moment, and I'll just click on OK. So now if I try to change any of this date that is before 2016, I should get the error message. So let's try and change this date. So I'll just delete that and I'll try 1st February 2009, and I'll press enter. So as you can see that there is a stop message. So I'll just cancel it. You will notice that this here is actually 2015, and you may think, isn't the minimum date and start date supposed to be 1st January 2016? Well, when it comes to data validation, whatever is here in the area you are going to set the rules for, it will just stay here and it will not be any problem. So because this was here before I set the rule, the data validation kind of ignores this in a way. It's the same with these headers here, because obviously this header is not a date, it is text. And finally, we'll move on to the genre. Now what I want to do is show you how to create a list with data validation. So I'll just select this data here, come to data validation. This time I'm going to click on list here, and then this is asking for a source. Now I could create a list here in this spreadsheet, but what I have decided to do is actually put it in a separate spreadsheet, which will be in this spreadsheet here, the genre list spreadsheet. So what I'll do is I'll just click here and I'll go to the genre list spreadsheet and I'll select the data from here, and I'll put this data here and I'll just click OK. Now you will notice that when I select any of these options here, there's actually a drop down, and if I were to click on the drop down, it will show me items from my list. So I could actually change the genre for this particular game just by selecting any of these options. And of course, if I were to change one of these to something that is not in the list, something like hello, I do get my stop message just telling me you cannot put hello in this particular range of cells. So at this point I'll have to click cancel. When you have quite a lot data and you are dealing with data validation and you just want to see if there is any error that exists, you can just select a cell in your spreadsheet, come to the data validation, but this time you have to click on the drop down here. So just click on this and click on circle invalid data. What it will do, it will just circle the data that is invalid. So we'll just click on it. So even though these two headers here are accepted, they are still seen as being invalid. And same with this date here. If you want to turn these off, then you can just go to the data validation drop down and then click on clear validation circles. And of course they'll go away. Well, now we can move on to an exercise, and you have probably noticed this text box here on the right, and within the text box you have the exercise instructions. So you can go ahead and just attempt this exercise, and then once you are done you can just move the shape out the way to see what the solution is. You can just try this exercise, and if you get into any problem with this exercise, then you can just comment in the comment section of this video about your problem.